And one way of looking at this path is to regard it as a kind of ladder of attachments. Because as I said before, as long as you are an ordinary person, you have to have attachments. It's something you can't avoid. So because of that, we actually, in a sense, use attachment to our benefit to practice this path. And it's possible to view the attachments as like a ladder of attachments, whereby you climb up this ladder, and as you go up the ladder, you grasp a higher type of attachment, and as you grasp the higher type of attachment, you can reduce your grip on the attachments lower down. So it's like you're moving up the rungs of a ladder. And more beautiful, you substitute a better attachment for the bad ones that you had before. And gradually you can move away from the suffering that attachments give rise to. And the way this works is, imagine yourself when you first started becoming interested in spiritual life, maybe when you first started to see yourself as a Buddhist, or was interested in Buddhism. Then what happens then is that you tend to attach a little bit to the idea, I am a spiritual person, I want to practice goodness in the world, I want to do something positive, I want to have compassion, I want to have loving kindness, I want to be a peaceful person. And you attach a little bit to that identity as somebody good. And that's a good thing. Don't worry about that kind of attachment, because that is precisely the sort of attachment that will lead you onwards. If you regard yourself as a good person, as somebody who is a Buddhist or a spiritual person or whatever, it means that you will incline to do those things that a spiritual person does. So it's a good attachment. It pushes you in the right way. And of course, you can see that when you have this attachment to being a spiritual person, what happens at the same time is that you release this idea of yourself as being a successful business person, as being somebody who has a nice house or a nice car, as somebody who has whatever worldly accomplishments you have, become less important, because your sense of identity now is more tied up with being a spiritual person, somebody who does good things, somebody who does what is right in the world.